Join me today as I make a traveler's notebook layout. I'm just showing you some things I pulled. I'm going to use that picture. I pulled some puffy stars, some little puffy stickers that I got at Target a few years ago. I am using some of our new ephemera, all these little pieces. And what we're doing now is we are making the packaging so you can use it eventually when you're done. So let's say you're all done with the ephemera, you could use that packaging. We don't want anything to go to waste. So this has a bunch of good features on it, word strips, icons, and then we have our new sticker sheet. That's a word strip sticker sheet with all the fun words that you might use during Halloween or Halloween at the parks. It's perfect. And then we have our newest sticker sheet as well, and it is a Halloween sticker sheet. So all these things I'm going to use on the layout. Let's get started. I also pulled my stamps, our Halloween time stamps and our Boo to You. I kind of wanted to incorporate maybe a few of them. And I pulled the Versamark ink as well. You know, I like to make that watermark stamp as the background. So hopefully we can use that. Let's get started. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to stamp out with the watermark ink just a really a soft background. You guys know I do this. Sometimes you don't even realize it's there. I know it's there. And it's not overpowering. Like if I did it with black ink or orange ink, it would be like way too busy. It just gives that watermark look. So it's like a hint. It's like the vellum of ink, basically. So I am stamping that. I'm going to just make a background and just stamp all over the paper sheet. I kind of like stamping off the edge. That's why you saw me put a scrap paper there in case it goes off the edge and onto my work surface. It's just kind of easy to clean up. So here I go, making that background. Again, sometimes you won't even realize it's there. I know it's there. And if you're up close looking at the layout, you can kind of see it as well. I'm just going to stamp randomly, going off the edge as well as going in the middle of the page, making like a pattern. You can kind of see it very faintly. When it catches the light right, you can see it. And like I said, when you're in person, you can tell the difference. It's not overpowering. It's just a very, very, very soft overlay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, stamp it all over. And again, everything's going to go over it, so it'll just be popping out. And then try when you're stamping, making your background papers go off the paper like I did. There you go. See, just like that, off the paper where it's hanging off. Just kind of looking to see where there's some sporadic space that needs to be filled. And there you go. I'm telling you, that ink is my best friend. You can kind of see. In person, you can tell a lot better. I'm just going to put that away and move on. Okay, so now I know I'm going to use this picture, which was the first picture, or excuse me, it was the first day of Halloween at Disney. It was September 2nd. Very, very, very hot day, record-breaking heat temperatures. So I didn't wear the outfit I intended to wear for the day, but I, wore something I'd be cool in. I'm thinking I'm going to pull that little stapler, that little fascinator, because I tend to use that a lot. And I was thinking of using some of the ephemera from the our newest ephemera kit. And like I said, we are making our packaging so you utilize every single bit of it. So when you're done with that, using that ephemera, you can cut the package apart. It would be great for a card, to use on your page, just about anything. The word strips are great, as well as the icons. So I'm just going to kind of sift through it and pull and see. typical Halloween colors are the green, the purple, the orange, the yellow. So we kind of went with that because it will go with other paper lines if you want to match this up with another paper line. So I'm going to just see what would kind of go. Again, this is real time with me, so I just pull what I think I'm going to use, but I don't actually plan the layout. So what you're seeing me do is actually seeing it happen, my thought process in real time. So I go ahead and I pull this word strip. It's Halloween time. Oh no, this is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. I forget we have another pumpkin in our other Halloween ephemera pack. And so I pull that one because I think the other one is bigger and a little bit brighter, so it will kind of match the layout a little bit better. I'll use my other pumpkin one on something else. Yeah, see, that matches a little bit better. So I pull it. It's bigger. It'll fill more space. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Kind of just peeking through some stuff to see what else I'm going to use. I also very rarely wear ears, and my friend had bought the new Halloween mini ears, and she didn't really want to hold them in a bag, so I wore them, and it was a shocker because I never really wear ears, so I kind of was like, oh my gosh, I'm wearing ears. So I'm looking for the ephemera that is just the Mickey ears with the orange bow, because that's basically what it was. It was like black Mickey ears with a bunch of Halloween icons with a big orange bow and a little ghost on it. So that goes perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there, kind of just fudge around with the alignment of everything. I loved the bats, but I'll probably want to use them literally on every layout. But I'll have to stop myself at some point. So I know my picture is going to go in the front. Now with the Traveler's Notebook sized paper and albums, you don't really have a choice of how your picture orientation is going to go. So, and I'm okay with that, because usually my pictures, it's just a real quick single picture of something. I'm not worried about adding multiple pictures on one page, so I'm okay with the orientation of it. So sometimes you'll see some of my layouts actually have like the same almost recipe, for lack of a better word, for this. The sketch will kind of be the same, because that's how it is. That's, the dimensions of the paper. Like I said, there's not much you can do. I'm only putting one photo down, and I love it. So I decided to go ahead and glue down the ephemera pieces. Had to use the bats. So I go ahead, I glue everything down. Now, these puffy stickers I have they were from last season, the stars. Last season from Paper Person's Kit, Halloween Kit. And you know me, I try to use everything that I have, especially when it's something like this where you could see I've used a lot of it. I'm just going to try to use the rest of it so I can toss that. That's how my other half of my brain works, where, it's almost gone, so hurry up and let's just use these so we can toss that and be done. So right now I'm just kind of lining up some of these puffy stars. Like I said, everyone pretty much uses every shade of purple, orange, and green, and black for Halloween. So these kind of coordinate really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and adhere down that pumpkin right on top. It's perfect. And then I think around here I realize, I need something on top to balance, because it just looks a little like he's just hanging out there. Again, I encourage you all to use our packaging in your layouts as well. So when you're done with that, go ahead and cut it out and use it as a strip or an embellishment, a tag, or what have you. So I'm kind of just looking it over, thinking, and I go back to my word strips. These word strips are amazing, and when you read the actual little phrases on them, they're just so perfect. Whether you're at the parks or not, they're just great for Halloween. Now I also see, okay, what colors do I want to use? I don't want to use too much orange, so I go with the green. I put the phrase down, and then it's there. And then I add another one, because I'm like, that just looks like it's floating out in nowhere. Oh, I don't. Oh, I add stars. I add some stars. Now it's anchored. Sometimes it just needs another little like anchor to make it look intentional, because when you just put it out there and it's out there all by itself, it's like, oh yeah, look at me. But then when you have some other stuff around it, you're like, oh yeah, look at that. It's supposed to be there. So that's that intention right there. So I'm putting the puffy stickers around, trying to use them all up. And they're just good just to add dimension too. And like you guys already know me, I have to use my tweezers. My little fingers are too chubby to like grab onto little things. So those tweezers just really help me out. Now I'm kind of thinking like, do I need to add anything else? Now our sticker sheets from last year are still amazing and they work great and they coordinate with this as well. But I think it looks okay. I know I'm missing one thing and you guys know what it is. It's the date stamp. So I go ahead, I put the date in, and that date I left it on was June. So my goodness, I've been lacking putting the date on things. So I go ahead and get my ink, ready to ink it up. It says September 2nd, 2022 on it. And I just make sure I have the right date. I get rid of a tester stamp and then it's good to go. So the only place I can kind of put it is in that lower corner. So I'm going to just go ahead and put it there. Now I like to give it a few stamps and let it fade out. I just like the look of that. And then I think I'm done. If you want to take a closer look at it, there you go. And the actual photos from this will be on our Instagram page, socialpaperplan.com, and we will also do a blog post.